Hi, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, guys, on this Wednesday afternoon. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. I hope everyone is staying warm wherever you're located. Today, here in Dallas, we are a little cool. A little cold front came through last night, so are actually in our 50s today. So it's a little cool today, so that's a good thing. But for the people in the northern states, I know y'all are freezing, so stay warm as possible. But yes, so some of y'all probably saw me yesterday, but today is a different topic. Today is dealing with my family inclusive live number 15. We're going to talk about traveling with service animals today. That's my most main topic today. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome on, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. So, did you know that the number of service animals traveling on an airplane have increased by 56% in the last 5 years? Mm. So that to let you know that a lot of people do travel with service animals, and they are with disabilities, so they are um, known for having service animals on the airplanes or in airports or just traveling with them in general. So, um, so whether you're a frequent flyer or a first-time traveler, you're likely to encounter the sight of service animals on board airplanes. And if you haven't, you will soon. That's because the number of service animals taking flight has increased by a staggering 56% in the last 5 years alone. But this isn't just a trend of coincide. There is a large story at play here. Today, we're going to dive into the world of traveling with service animals, exploring the challenges, misconceptions, and benefits for this growing phenomenon. By the end of this video, you'll understand the importance of the topic and have a roadmap for how to navigate it with empathy and understanding. So buckle up, folks, because we're about to take off on an eye-opening journey. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all some more insights on my handouts that I gave y'all on Monday in the Facebook group. So let's start with the first handout I gave you. It was dealing with preparing for flights in accommodation with service animals, and I'm gonna go more in detail with that, with the resources I gave y'all guys. So, when preparing for flight in combination with service animals, ensuring a smooth experience requirement, carefully planning, and enhancements to policies. Here is step-by-step guide to help you. Okay. So the first thing is before the trip. Y'all got to think before the trip. What things I need to do? The first thing you do is research the airline policy. That is the first thing to do. You want to research their policy, see what it is for my animal, and if it need to be caused or what is the requirements for my animal. So you're going to check the airline specific policy regarding service animal, most required advance notification. You want to verify the documents required. Do USA's DOT's service animal air transportation form for domestic flights. Then you're going to confirm whether the service animal qualify under their service animal definition. This is so crazy because as as a flight attendant before, a lot of people like to bring their animals, saying it's animals or service animals. And most likely, 80% of the time, most of them are not. And you know when you see a service animal, you know most service animals do not want to play with you. They're there for their owner help. They're going to be consistent with their owner. They're going to sit between their legs on the flight plane on the floor and not going to be bothered with people passing by, being want to touch everybody. So you know the difference between a service animal and a regular animal. Yeah, so You go on the website, look for the qualifications for you register your animal on the website. That's the first thing you do. Make sure your dog is qualified as a service animal. If not, he will not be under this category for a service animal. Number two, you're going to booking flight. You're going to notify the airline when booking tickets that you are traveling with a service animal. You're going to request bulkhead seating if preferred for more space. Most likely, they will put you in uh, maybe close to a window, or if on these big flights like 737 flights, they'll probably put you in the corner that you be by yourself with your dog. But the normal flights, they'll probably put you in first class. Some put you in first class, so you won't be bothered with other passengers in the back. Uh, I never noticed none of them no service animals be in uh, the exit row. I know there's more room in exit row, but I never saw a service animal in the exit row, so I don't think you will get that. But you'll probably get a window seat, so therefore your dog will be close to a bulkhead of the base of a flight wall. So you and your dog will be out the way of anybody passing in and out the aisles. So um, most likely they will arrange that for you. You ask for yourself if you want that. Um, then the next thing you will do is ensure the layover time is efficient enough for the dog's needs. So you make sure that you need to get off the plane. No, mostly when you land, he probably needs to go to the potty, whatever you need to do. You want to give them some water, feed them, or whatever you need to do for service animals. So you want to make sure the time is efficient enough for your dog. If you just came off a long flight, like 10-hour, 8-hour flight, and most likely you're going to do another connecting flight, then you want to make sure that you have enough time so he or she gets some water, take a bathroom break, release, take a stand-up stretch for a while before they get another flight. So you just want to make sure that when you're booking your flight, you notify, make sure you have all those questions answered. Then number three, you want to make sure your health and vaccination records are with you for your pet. Ensure the service animal have up-to-date vaccinations and carrying proof. Make sure you bring your proof with you. Most likely, normally, service animals owners have their proof. These for the ones who think their dog or service animals don't have this. Obtain a health certificate if traveling international. Exactly. You want to make sure if you're traveling international, you have all this information. It's because it's required before you go cross those seas. You need to have that health certification with you. Because if they stop you and ask you for it, you want to make sure you have it. Won't be no problem. Okay. So now we're going to 4. Training for traveling. On the training, you want to expose the dog to the airport likely environment to minimize stress. Then you want to practice boarding and staying calm in confining spaces. Most likely, um, most service animals are most confined in spaces. They are already trained. They already know how to fly on a plane. Um, Before they get those dogs to their knees, the trainers already practice them on flying, uh, riding cars, or whatever they train to do for their owner. Where are they going to? So most likely they are already exposed to traveling on flights, trains, whatever, buses, all that good stuff. So they are already exposed to that. So that's something that you don't have to worry about doing. But if your dog have not exposed and you saying your dog is a service animal, that he need to be trained so to be exposed to traveling. He won't People won't think that he's not a service animal. Okay. So that's it for before the trip. So you have those on them before the trip. Research the airline policy, booking flights, health and vaccination records, and training for travel. The next thing is packing essentials for your service dog. Here we go. Service dogs, vests, IDs, optional but helpful for visibility. Most likely, service dog will have their vests on, IDs on, so all that is there clearly. But some of these people here think they dog is service animal because they use it for compassion or stress related. If your dog has not been certified for that, he's not a service animal. You might think he's a service animal for you keeping you calm. Most dogs owners, like we have dog owner, our dogs is for our compassion. We love our dog, so therefore it will keep us calm us down. But to be certified as a service animal, you need to go through training for that and have paperwork for that. You make sure you have your leash, your harness, muzzles, if required in some countries. So you want to make sure you have all that packed. Make sure you don't forget none of that. You want to make sure that collapse. You want to make sure you have a water bowl, dog food for the trip. All that need to be coming with you. You want to have waste bags, pee bags, all that. Then you want to have comfort items like blankets or favorite toys for your animals. Most times, service dogs, I never seen them playing with nothing. So most that's what other dogs like who bring the dogs on flight. But service animals don't need to play with nothing. I don't think so. But if they want to bring them a blanket, that's fine. But yes, so that's what packing essentials for service dogs. Next thing is at the airport. Here we go. Arriving early to navigate security checkpoints smoothly. That's exactly what you need to do. Use designated pets relief areas before boarding. Yes, most airports do have pets relief areas in the airport. If you don't know that, but they do, you'll be shocked to find out. Yes, the airport's big enough to have for pets areas. A lot of pet owners don't know about it, but they do have them. You just got to ask TSA or security at the airport. They will let you know where the areas are located. Inform TSA officers that the dog is a service animal. Of course, as you go on through TSA, you need to let them know. They might want to ask for paperwork. They might want to see notify. They'll know that it's a service animal or not because they are trained to know the difference between a regular dog and a service animal. Okay. So yeah, so that's for airport resources. Okay. Now, next thing is during the flight. Here we go. During the flight, the dog must remain on the floor in front of your seat or in your lap if small dogs. Now, this will have a problem. I was a flight attendant. Now, the policy I think it still is, that no dogs in laps. So it have to be, only way it would be a dog in a lap, it have to be a service animal, it have to be a small service animal that is there for the comfort of the person who's traveling. If they have a lot of anxiety, so that's the only reason the dog could be in their lap. That's the only reason. Other than that, it has to be on the floor in front of them. Now, for regular dogs, you have to be in the cage, a little book cage, however you want to do it. They have to be in the cage under the seat in front of you. They cannot be on the side of you. They got to be in front of you. The same situation for service animal. They have to be on the floor in front of you. Now, like I say, some service animals is small and certified to be in the lap of their owner. It must have to be for anxiety situation or comfort. But mostly service animals are on the floor in front of them. Remember that. Okay, next thing is offer water, probably, especially on long flights. Of course, you want to make sure your dog get water. Yes, the flight attendants most likely will make sure, actually, okay, your dog got some water. Just give him water. That's all you got to do, just give him water, baby. Just give him water. Reassure the dog to keep them calm. Most likely, service animal dogs are calm. I don't have no problem with service animal. I never had a problem with service animal on the flight. So, therefore, they are normally calm. They calmer than the passengers. The passengers are the ones acting a plum food. Okay? The dog sitting there is just calm and collected. Okay, so now we're going to accommodations. First thing you need to do is research your pet-friendly hotels. So as you get to your destination, you need to confirm the property allows service animals, not the same as pet-friendly, as service dogs are tropical exempt from fees. Exactly. So you let them know I have a service animal. Now, some hotels might ask for proof once you get there. They could tell the difference from a regular dog to a service animal. So just be aware. Request ground floor rooms for easier outdoor accessible. Of course, yeah. They ain't gonna, it depends on how big the hotel is, and most likely, if they have rooms on the first floor, they'll put you on the first floor for be easy access to go in outside with your dog, or it's easy for you to maneuver if you are. Yeah. Oh my God, is this? Yes. So, most likely, if you're blind, need a service animal, most likely they will put you on the first floor, so you won't to have to worry about going up flights or elevators to get to the first floor, go outside with your dog. So just let them know. Next thing, accessibility features. Ensure the hotel has amenities like release area for service animal. Of course, they will. Once you research and look for them, they will have areas for dogs to go out and use the restroom. Number three, communication with staff. Inform the hotel in advance about the service dog's provisions. So you will just let them know. Inform the hotel about everything. Be prepared to educate staff on difference between a service dog and a pet if needed. That's right, because most likely everybody's not a pet owner, so who work in a hotel, so they probably don't know. Who work the front desk or work up in the front in a hotel. Just be more polite and just let them know about your dog. That's it. Okay, so that was accommodation. Now we're going to post arrival. Now, post arrival, we're going to take breaks to ensure that the service dog gets exercise and restroom opportunity. Watch for signs of stress or fatigue in your dog. Yes, most likely you should know your dog if he's fatigued or stressed. Yes, if it's especially if they say if you're on a long haul, uh, more than 2 hours, yes, 3, 4, 6 hours on the plane or on a bus, wherever on a train, yes. If it's their first time doing that, yes, they probably be stressed, and you know that because they'll let you know. Okay. All right, so that's it for my first handout I put on my group chat with y'all guys are preparing for flights for accommodation with service animals. So that's it for that one. So let's go to the second one is what international travel requirements for service animals. Okay. When traveling international with service animal requires careful preparation to comply with airline policies and the destination country's regulations. Here are some overviews I got for you guys. Number one, start with the key international travel requirements for service animals. Number one, microchip identification. So that's telling you right there. Before you go overseas, your dog need to have a microchip in them. Okay, so if anything happen, they know it's a microchip and it's they could be found. Okay, many countries require your service animals to have a microchip. Ensure the microchip is implanted before vaccinations. So now they're saying, well, I know here in the States, I think they do microchip first before they do all the vaccinations. Uh, So they want the dog to have a microchip first before it became vaccination. But I don't know how every country does, but vaccination records. Proof of current rabies vaccination is mandatory. Some countries may require specific vaccinations, so check ahead. Wherever you're going, Paris, France, wherever, Italy, Dubai, Africa, whatever, you need to check on their websites, make sure for pets, their vaccinations. Rabies vaccinations must be administered after the microchip is implanted. Well, that's true. Yeah. Most likely they gonna if it comes from a place of a business that most likely they will let you know you need to implant a microchip in your dog. Now I know some got rabies shots before they got a microchip. Some parents, owners may don't want a microchip on their dogs, whatever. So it depends. So you need to make sure if you're going overseas, somewhere over the country, you need to make sure your dog is have a microchip in them. Okay. So next thing is health certifications. Obtain an official health certification signed by a licensed veterinarian. Okay. So you want to make sure you have all your paperwork. It must be endorsed by your country veterinarian authorizations. Okay, in the United States, want to make sure that it's signed. Certification must be issued within the 10 days of traveling. So you make sure you just get all your paperwork together before you go. That's important. That's the first thing you need to put in your bag, if anything, before you start packing clothes. You want to make sure you have all that ready to go with you already. So you don't worry about looking for that the last minute before you leave. That should be most of your important information, paperwork of travel. If it's not your ticket, it's that information for your pet in your bag, in your carry-on bag, not a luggage under the plane. It need to be in your carry-on. Okay, so next thing will be import permits. Now, some country requires an import permit for service animals, which may need to be applied for weeks in advance. Now, you need to call, you need to go on websites, and you need to find out, do your dog need a permit before going to these countries? Okay? I never travel out of the country with my dog, so I don't know. So therefore, I'm letting you know now. Go on the websites to find out if your dog need a permit to travel to whatever country you're going to. Next thing is rabies tests. So certain destinations requires a rabies tear test to confirm your service animal have enough antibodies. This test must be done at any approved lab months before traveling. Okay, that makes sense. When I read that the first time before, I like, okay, well, just like if we go somewhere out of the country, they want us to be vaccinated too. So we need to get vaccinated. So it makes sense for the dogs too. You don't want your dog to get sick, get somewhere and then catch something else. So I'm like, okay, so it makes sense. Uh, Next is paradise treatment, like for any other diseases. Some countries require proof of deworming treatments for specific paradise within a certain time frame before arrival. Yeah, you want to make sure your dog gets healthy. Make sure before you travel, like we go get checkups. If we know you're gonna be gone for 10 to 15 days or 20 days, we want to make sure your health is in check, plus the dog health in check as well. Before you take him overseas and he gets sick overseas, you just got to like, oh, my dog's sick already. Like, what's the problem? We just got here. I gotta go back home, rush back home because he's sick. Yes, because you need to make sure he's in good health before you go. You're thinking that he's in good health before you run the house every day just doing normal things. You need to go make sure you have a checkup physical before y'all travel. Service animal documentation. Carry proper documents that prove the animal is trained service animal. including identification cards, certifications, or letters from the healthcare provider if needed. Like I say, all the information to be in your bag, your carry-on bag that you carry with your wallet, paperwork, money, whatever. That paperwork need to be with you at all times because they stop you, they, you have it, right? They're going to be digging for it, looking for it. Okay? Next thing is airline requirements. Notify the airline well in advance, 40 hours, about traveling with your service animals. Confirm a specific airline policy as there varies regarding cabin accommodations and required forms. That's right. Do in advance. Don't wait till the last minute. Oh, I need to register my dog, or I need to call and see what's the requirements. No, baby. Do it early in advance. If you know you're gonna bring your dog, your service animal, for a trip, do it in advance. Don't wait till the last minute. Then you got destinations specific regulations. Check the specific regulations requirements of destination countries through their government or ambassador website. Exactly. Some countries like Australia, New Zealand have strict um, quarantine requirements. You may require pre-approval and confinement of arrival. So they might have to be quarantine regulations. So you need to call them, let them know. Because if you don't let them know you bring the dog, baby, your dog will not be with you. Once you get there, they're going to be having quarantine. So you need to call in advance, let them know, email them, call them, or go on the website, let them know I'm bringing the dog to New Zealand or Australia. Okay, then you have to re-enter to your home country. Okay, if returning to a rabies-free, low-key country, ensure your service animal meets re-entry requirements, update vaccination and health certifications. Okay? Yeah, you just got to make sure everything is information for you guys, and you have to call and find out or go on the website. Okay, then preparation tips. These are some preparation tips I got. Planning early. Once again, plan early. Start preparation 6 to 12 months in advance, especially for countries with strict requirements. Emergency plans. Identify local veterinarians, animal-friendly accommodations at your destination. In case something happened with your dog, you get sick out of the country, you know where to bring them to. They have areas for dogs. Of course they will. Practice travel skills. Ensuring your service animal is comfortable with long flight, busy airports, and different environment. Well, that takes time because if you don't travel that much, how you will know? So I mean, they will have to go through the motions for you to understand that. Okay, my dog gets anxiety when we get to the airport. He acts up in the airport, or blah blah blah. How you would know? Who gonna bring their dog to the airport just to bring him to sit around the airport? Now you can, if you are more concerned about that when you get there. Um, just go to the airport and just bring him to the airport and see how he act around a lot of people in the airport, but he won't know about the long flight until you do the long flight. But most likely, if they never flew, you automatically know your dog is going to not be happy. Okay, so yeah, practice travel skills. You can, if you got the money to do it, you can take a flight, go for a short flight for a couple hours and see how you act on a short flight, and then come back. Yeah. So that is my second handout for you guys. So, yeah, international travel requirements. You have to go on websites, Look up information, guys, to make sure that it's safe. You need to know everything about your dog if you're going to those places. Okay. Now, the last but not least, destination that offers service animal friendly activities. So I put this in there because I figure you need to know if you're traveling in the States or out of the country. You need to know what is animal friendly destination that you can take your dog with you on vacation or whatever you want to go. Okay. Number one is United States. So you have Asheville, North Carolina. They have explore dog friendly trails in the Blue Ridge Mountains and visit the North Carolina's uh, zoo. Service animals are allowed there. You have Arizona. You have the San Diego, Arizona hike like the Icon Red Rock State Park trails, or enjoy guide um, Jeep tours where service animals are welcome. Then you have Orlando, Florida. Of course, Disney World, Universal Studio provides accessible services, accommodation for service animals. The fourth thing in the United States is San Diego, California. California have uh, beaches like Ocean Beach, service animal friendly trails, uh, Balboa parks, all those areas that have friendly activities for dogs. Then you have Denver, Colorado. Um, the Rocky Mountain National Park, explore outdoors malls like Lamar Square. Those places are open for service animals. Yes, so now we're going to international. You have Vancouver, Canada. You have Stanley Park, explore Granville Island Market with service animal amenities. So you have a lot of things for service animals can do there. You have Jaff Island. So Iceland, they have accessible guides, tours to see northern lights in Golden Circle in Iceland. It's a little cold, but yeah, it's all friendly. You have Australia, Sydney. You go to the Sydney Opera House, relax at the Bondi Beach accessible viewer platform. You can bring the service element there. You have UK, London. They have the Hyde Park, the British Museum, taking them Tam River cruise. All serving them are allowed. And that's good. I like the river cruise, dog and river cruise. You have Japan. You have Keiko, Japan. They have their Bamboo Grove areas for service animals can go to. So yeah, so all those places that you can bring to the service animals if you're going on vacation. Also, they have the adventurous activities, national parks, and cruises. Most likely, um, national park service animals are allowed in most USA national parks, such as Yellowstone, Acadia, all those parks. And then on a cruise, I was very shocked to see these Royal Caribbean and Carnival allow service animals, provide destination relief areas for the dogs. I never signed on a cruise, but yeah, they do. That's awesome. I was reading something here, something about they have a dog cruise. I don't know which cruise line it is, but they have a dog cruise as well. Parents can bring dogs on a cruise with them. I thought it was kind of nice to do a dog cruise. But yes, so that's my tips and resources for y'all guys for this week on service animals, traveling with service animals. I figured that was important too because I know a lot of people who have disability have service animals, so I need to touch bases on that as well, and just touch bases on refreshment of the mind of what you need to do when you're traveling with service animals. But as of yesterday, and I hope y'all saw the news or whatever, they have an article already out about the protection of travelers with disability, about the wheelchairs. I guess once they went uh, viral about a lot of people start posting about damaged wheelchairs and what how the airport are using. They're paying out how much so much money uh, last year to for damaged wheelchairs, and now they'll pass a law and they are making sure that your wheelchair won't be damaged. So that's what the news say now. But my thing is, they need to get those workers need to be retrained that who bag those luggage under the plane. I know they're all trying to meet a quota. They're all trying to meet the time to get that plane out from their gate. But they have to understand when they rushing, they are damaging the wheelchairs, and the wheelchairs cost money. They're not cheap. So therefore, they figure how much money they spend to reimburse y'all for y'all to get those wheelchair fixed come out y'all pocket. They understand, but now they need to do some real good training on for those people who works at the bottom of their plane that who put luggage in those planes and wheelchairs. Because when you look out those windows, you can see how they work. They working with a quick pace, but they need to be careful. My thing is like even our luggage going down these chutes, flying down there, and they damage and they cracking your luggage, your suitcases. They all getting scratched up because they're on these belts. These belts are not designed to take care of your luggage. They damage your luggage as well. So that's why I say be careful what you put in your luggage going under that plane because the show can get damaged, especially like vases. If you come back with vases and all that good stuff from buying from wherever you're coming from, just be careful when you put them in your luggage because they can get broken. But yeah, so I just want to bring that across to you about the DOT issuing new protection for travelers with disability for their wheelchair protection. So I'm looking forward to seeing uh, what the staff they're going to do in the airport to retrain them how to be careful with these wheelchairs. So hope this bring peace to y'all guys for the ones who come out their pocket and have to pay for it first and to get reimbursed after. Because this is most of y'all livelihood. Y'all have to use these wheelchairs to get through. And it's always causing delays. Y'all have to wait. You can't make your next flight because your wheelchair is broken. How you gonna get around? And sometimes the airport don't have extra because they be giving it out to everybody else. If you need one, you stuck without one, having a wheelchair to get around. So I just want to bring it to your attention, guys. I hope this bring y'all uh, some closure and helpful for y'all guys with this people that travel with wheelchairs in the airport. Okay, so that is it for today, guys. For my family exclusive line number 15, traveling with service animals today. Um, that's it. So I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all on probably not next Wednesday. What Christmas on what Tuesday or Wednesday? One of the days, but it'll probably be the after. Okay, because I know how Christmas fall on us. I think a Thursday, maybe a Thursday or Wednesday, whatever. But I'll talk to y'all in a week or so on next topic for family exclusive live number 16. So stay tuned for that. I'll be posting that on the Facebook group. And I want to wish y'all a happy Merry Christmas. And I'll talk to y'all before New Year's. So happy holidays. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Take care of yourself out there, guys. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Like I always say before I get off my live, don't allow the devil to steal your joy. Be blessed. Take care. See y'all next time. Have a good day. All right, Instagram. All right, TikTok and YouTube.